What on earth was that? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video, we are going to be reviewing Jordan Peele's latest movie, Nope, which is a science fiction horror movie, and it literally pains me to say that I just found this movie really disappointing and the weakest entry from Jordan Peele so far. I mean, he was on an absolute high with Get Out and Us, which literally are one of my favourite movies ever made. So my expectations were really high for Nope, especially as loads of people were saying that this is the best Jordan Peele movie yet. But for me, I was just waiting for it to get going and it just did not work for me. I know that a lot of people did like this movie and they really liked the artistic direction, the fact that Jordan Peele really wanted to make whatever he wanted to make, Jordan Peele's imagination, the fact that they left a lot of things for the audience's interpretation. You know, all of those things, I do appreciate that people did like this movie, but for me personally, it just didn't work, and I'm going to be explaining why in this movie review. So two ranch-owning siblings want to prove that UFOs really do exist, and the film explores all of the craziness that happens with them when they do try to do this, and also has a lot of social commentary on Hollywood at large as well. Now, from a positive point of view, like I said earlier on, you know, this is a true artistic film and really is the definition of an independent movie that a director just wants to make in terms of their specific creative vision and imagination, coming to life very Quentin Tarantino-esque, so similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And it definitely does have some interesting themes in terms of certain characters not learning from their past and remaking the same mistakes, people seeing animals and arguably people as props. And it definitely flips the typical convention of what a science fiction movie would look like. However, from a negative point of view, this movie for me just felt really dragged on, really boring, and I was just waiting for it to get going. And in the back of my mind, I knew that people were saying that this is the best ever Jordan Peele movie, and I was just waiting for something to happen to really give validation to that comment, but for me it just did not happen. I thought that the film was a little bit strange. I actually didn't really engage that much with the visuals either. And I know Jordan Peele has been really fascinated with clouds, and he kind of wants to look at sky creatures in the same way that there are some water creatures, and I feel like his imagination was so brilliantly realized in Get Out and Us, but it just has not worked here. And I was just thinking and wondering, what on earth have I just watched, as the film just did not work for me, unfortunately, from a storyline perspective. So despite the fact that this movie wasn't working for me, I can't deny the fact that the cast and characters were really great. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, we have Daniel Kaluuya, who is returning and playing a different character in this Jordan Peele movie, a character called OJ. And he is a really serious ranch owner, and he really values and sees and treats animals as animals, and you really get to see people around him really seeing animals as props and really should obey whatever the master wants them to do. And it really is interesting. As you know, wild animals, you can't really control them, and what happens when they completely lose their mind and just want to do whatever they want to do. I feel like that was really interesting. We've also got Keke Palmer playing a character called Emerald, and she is absolutely phenomenal in this movie, brilliantly bringing her quintessential vivacious energy. And Jordan Peele has said that there are a number of sequences in this movie that Keke Palmer improvised and did different takes each time, which I think is really wicked. And all of the scenes that Keke Palmer is in, she is instantly stealing the limelight. We've also got Steven Yeun in this movie, of course, brilliantly catapulted to superstardom in the Invincible cartoon. And over here, he is playing a carnival owner that really hasn't learnt his lessons from the past, and not only is repeating this, but is kind of learning the bad habits from other people and is now behaving in the way that they did. And I feel like it's a really interesting bit of social commentary. And then finally, we've also got Perea, who was definitely bringing the humor, along with Keke Palmer, as a character called Angel, and I feel like he was a bit of a scene stealer as well. And so from a casting characters point of view, even though all of the characters were really great, I feel like from a script point of view, they were definitely let down. So from a visuals point of view, Nope was positioned as being this absolute spectacle of a movie, and you know, no doubt it definitely does have some really cool moments in there, but some of the things you could really tell that it was CGI versions of certain animals, of certain characters, of certain things as well, which definitely did take me out of the experience. And from a horror point of view, you definitely do see some horrific things in this movie, but I would not say this is a true horror movie. Maybe having some thrilling sci-fi aspects in there for sure, but a lot of the true horror moments that do happen, they happen off screen, so you don't really see many of them at all. So from a visuals point of view, I feel like this movie is pretty mixed. So from a comparisons perspective, like I said, this movie is really, really similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it is such a blend of Quentin Tarantino and M. Night Shyamalan, as this movie is very inspired by Signs and Close Encounter, and Jordan Peele himself has said as well that he was trying to do his own version of King Kong and Jurassic Park, and I feel like this movie just cannot be compared to Get Out and Us, which, like I said, are just in another league of their own, as they were just such brilliant horror movies. So overall, unfortunately, Nope just did not work for me. I really wanted to love this movie. I went in there with the best intentions, especially as everybody, like I said before, was saying that this is the best Jordan Peele movie, easily one of the best movies of the year. And I don't want to take that experience away from those people. If they love this movie, absolutely brilliant, more power to them. I'm really, really glad that they were able to take something away from this movie. But for me, it just did not work. And so for all of those reasons, unfortunately, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. Now I would love to hear what you thought of this film, so let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.